And welcome to another episode of Craig Plays Games. I am your host, Craig, and we are getting ready to dive right into our 20th video in the Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy. This is episode 5, part 3 of the first game. Before we dive on in, let's get our plugs on out of the way. You are checking us here out on YouTube at Craig Plays Games. Feel free to like our videos if you've been enjoying what we're doing. Hit that subscribe button if you want to become part of our family. Hit that notify bell if you want to be made aware when we upload a new video. On average, we upload a new video once per day between our YouTube exclusive playthrough series as well as our live Twitch streams. Over at Twitch, we are at Craig Plays Games. We do about 4 streams over there a week, really focusing in on multiplayer games such as Apex Legends or NBA 2K19, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Anything along those lines is really what we're focusing on over there. And then you can go ahead and follow us over there, and then feel free to hang out in our chat. If you follow us, you'll get notification when we go live. We want you guys to come and hang out with us, so don't be afraid to chat with us. You can also find us over on Twitter at Craig Plays Games. That's where I post updates to our schedule, general commentary, interactive with our tweets over there. So if you follow us, tweet at us, we will shoot you back a note for sure. That being said, let's dive on into the 20th video in our journey through the first game of the Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy. We are defending the chief prosecutor, Emma Skye, and we are trying to get her off of murder. It's a very odd case. We are back against our old friend slash nemesis slash foe, Edgeworth, and it definitely has been a very interesting trial. No idea where this is going to go, so let's just continue right on through. Definitely want to save the progress on episode 5, Rise from the Ashes. And let's dive back on in. Our trial is always like this with you, like you're swimming up from the bottom of a lake about to reach the surface, but no matter how hard you paddle, you never seem to get there. Well, thanks, Emma. Except today we're swimming in quicksand. So what happened to your sister anyway? Apparently she just got called off to the judge's chambers. Probably something to do with that piece of cloth. Interesting. Our only weapon, a tiny, insignificant piece of cloth. I'm the one who's starting to feel tiny and insignificant, to tell the truth. Hola, partner. Oh, Lord. Not him. What is he here? They say you show a red cloth to a bull, it will fire up his temper. That's why they told me when I was a youngin', at least. Thought I'd come take a look, see at how the trial's going. Looks like I'm late. They've got the home ranch locked down tighter than a fort in enemy territory. That hard to slip out, huh? What is going on over there anyway? All the police I've seen these last 2 days have been really on edge. Interesting. Don't you got enough on your plate without worrying about other people, compadre? You could be worrying about the chief prosecutor's taste in mufflers, for example. Taste in mufflers, what? The whole muffler thing didn't have anything to do with scarves. She wasn't even wearing a scarf. What? You don't say. Now, don't that just beat all? Why are you literally shaving in the middle of the courtroom, or the courthouse? I've seen the red breeze blow at her slender neck many a time. She was wearing a red muffler. At the award ceremony that afternoon, Edgeworth's seen it too, I'd reckon. What does that even mean? In the photograph taken at the crime scene, she wasn't wearing a scarf. So Miss Starr wasn't mistaken. Well, it's about time. Remember, partner, sometimes you gotta grab the bull by the horns, and sometimes you just gotta let that bull go where it will. Time will tell. Yeah, definitely a bad feeling about all this. So what are we swimming in right now? If it's steak sauce, I can hook you with some fine ribs. Ooh-wee. Definitely interesting character. So now we're back in the courtroom. You'd like to resume. Interesting. Let's see. Is something wrong? Your face is blue, your lips are purple, you're sweating bullets. Okay, what is going on with him? It can't be. This can't happen. I wonder what happened to Edgeworth. Well then, I believe it was time we continued on with this trial. What? Seems our prosecutor is quite beside himself. Knock knock. Who is this? A strange, stuffy aura seems to be filling the courtroom. The temperature rose 5.7 degrees when that man came in. What? What is going on? It's you. Who's you? Why is he just staring? Sorry I'm late, Udgy. The roads are packed. It's just me. Long time no see, huh? How you been? Swim much these days? What? Okay. Seems to be his nickname for the judge. Yeah, who are you? So you're Righto, the attorney. I've heard good things about you. Yeah, so sorry about our little worthy giving you all that trouble. You know, we should all go swimming together sometime. What's with this guy and swimming? You don't know the district chief of police? No, why would we know him? Top-ranking police officer in the entire district. Why is he just staring at us again? Name's Gant. Damon Gant. Pleased to meet you, everyone. What do we owe this honor today? It's been over 2 years since you last came to this courtroom, hasn't it? Oh, it's Worthy here. Look at the poor fellow. I just thought I'd help out by bringing this. What's the scarf? When the crime occurred, Miss Sky really was wearing that muffler. But I think that it was stuffed into that exhaust pipe. Oh, that's not good. On little Worthy's car, no less. Why was it stuffed in Edgeworth's car? What is that? It's really quite embarrassing, even for us. It's what you call a switchblade knife. Quite perplexing, this. Chief, what kind of outfit are you running? Whoa. How could they miss such a vital piece of evidence? If your investigators are this lax, how do you expect us to do our job? Ooh, wait a minute. I have no desire to hear your excuses. I'm telling you to wait. Oh, didn't you hear me? Have a look at this document where it says person in charge of investigation. There's no mistaking that signature is there. Miles Edgeworth. On the day of the crime, I had your head in the clouds because you got that award. I know how you feel. But you're the person in charge. I'll expect a written apology. What? Wow. Don't be too upset. We'll find a way to clean up this mess that you made. What is going on? This kind of major blunder is unlike you. The court accepts this new evidence, but I'd like to ask the defense a favor first. A favor? Just to be sure, I'd like to take a look at the blade of this knife. I don't see why not. Could you open it up for me, I wonder? Yes, well, I think all you have to do is push that switch in. If I cut my finger, Miss Wright, I wouldn't be able to pound my gavel anymore. Oh, okay. If I cut my finger, I wouldn't be able to point it at people anymore? Oh, come on. That's ridiculous. Is that a broken blade? This dark red stain, blood. This does not excuse the action of the police department. I would like to hear an explanation from the chief of police himself. I'm terribly sorry, but could I ask you to testify to us about the split between the prosecutors and the police and this knife? Alright. Witness testimony. This knife is special, but I can't say how here. What? Unless there's evidence to prove a connection between this knife and Goodman. That was a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do an investigation. A detective was killed at the police department, see? What a mess. The time of the crime? 5:15. Scary coincidence. Not officially linked to this here case, so I can't talk much about it. What? There was a murder at the police department? A detective? as hush-hush information. We haven't exactly announced it yet. How do you not... Ask the exact time that Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office. Something is weird. Anyway, we at the department were all flustered, as you might well assume. We're in the middle of a top secret investigation. Don't tell anyone, okay? Yeah. Well, 2 detectives killed at the same time in 2 different places. I'd like to exercise my right to cross-examine the witness. Very well. However, keep your questions focused on the case at hand. His story is getting weirder and weirder. Cross-examination. Let's do this. Alright. Hard to come by this particular knife anywhere else. Might that special thing be this little tag? We've established that the knife in Guzman's chest was this knife. Now, why was there another knife at the scene of the crime? That's quite a mystery. Like a mystery, it's wrapped in something. A muffler. Unless there's evidence to prove a connection between this knife and Goodman. This knife was found on the scene of a crime. I think that makes it connected to the case, don't you? See, there's a lot of things that go on in the department I can't explain. It's delicate, okay? Maybe there's something about that knife that will give us a clue. Let's examine that knife while we can. Let me see something. So we can look at that knife some more. There's a small tag on it. It says SL92. What's that supposed to mean? Maybe it's a case number. I've seen something like this before. Something similar to what's written on this tag. It wasn't that long ago either. Maybe I should check the court record again. Well, that's interesting. SL92. Nope, hit the wrong button. Whoops, wrong button. So 792. So is this a case number sounding like this one? This knife, this has something to do with Detective Goodman. Look at the tag on this knife. It reads SL92, and this is important. Why? Over here, we also have a memo that was in the body of the victim. Yes, upside down indeed. SL9. The same thing that is written on the knife tag. Guess the cat's out of the bag. I game is this guy playing, indeed? This knife was evidence in a case. It was stolen from the department's evidence room. That was a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do an investigation. The detective was killed at the police department. See? On the day of the murder. It was evidence, you say. Was it, in fact, a murder weapon? It was evidence from a case long since solved. Definitely some type of connection. It may have been the police department, too. And why wasn't I informed? Why weren't you informed? Well, why didn't you ask? I mean, how could you even know? What happened? What happened at the police department that day? The detective was killed at the police department. See, what a mess. On the same day that a detective was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot, another detective was killed at the police department. And the perpetrator? Do you have a suspect? Well, there was a suspect. Just arrested him, in fact. But there's still a lot of unanswered questions. Maybe you could help. I suppose I could help if you help me by giving me data on your case. Here's the deal. I'll tell you one thing and one thing only. We know when, we know how, so where were they found? I can't speak on where the corpse was found, but I can say the crime took place in the evidence room. The evidence room? Didn't he just mention that in his testimony just now? This knife was evidence in a case. It was stolen from the department's evidence room. The link between the two cases established, we finally have some leverage. Now we can get Gant to testify about the details. Unofficial link I can't talk much about it here. But it is. The defense's position is simply this. The connection between these two cases has already been proven. The connection is a place mentioned in the testimony we just heard. The knife found in the lot was stolen from the police department's evidence room. Not to mention, the victim had on him the case number on the knife's evidence tag. What are you doing, helping us out here, Edgy? You also know that the detective murdered at the police department was killed in that very same evidence room. Indeed, there do seem to be too many connections for it to be a coincidence. You two make a good pair. It took my men 2 days to find out what you deduced right here. Well, you know. Of course, that you released your information on the victim at the police department. See, that's the tricky part. It hasn't been announced yet and all. Can we get the information unofficially? Sure, why not? It's unofficial after all. Seriously? I'll cooperate, but I can't reveal the name of the victim at the department, okay? If you're going to tell us a little, why not tell us everything? Case information is sticky stuff. You have to do everything properly. ID number? Tell me the victim ID's number. Not like you'll be able to tell who it is from that. Of course not. You won't tell me their name after all. We keep a tight lid on ID numbers, so don't go getting your hopes up. The number is 5842189. You didn't even get that first number right. Well, Miss Wright, does this tell you anything? The ID 5842189. So we got an issue. I remember that number right off the bat. That's the ID number that's on Goodman. Actually, it does. I think. It has to be what I think it is. But what does this mean? What does it mean indeed? You So the ID number of the detective who was murdered at the police department tells you something. What does it tell you? Witness. You're grinning like a schoolgirl on prom night. Really? I got confused. Just come out with both guns blazing, like you always do. Police department, the prosecutor's office. 2 places, 2 detectives murdered at one time. Actually, I happen to have a police ID number here. No, I'm a defense attorney. God, this judge is not smart. This is the ID number of our victim, Detective Goodman. Detective Goodman's ID number is 584-2189. Really? You didn't make the first number right again. The number the chief of police gave us was 584-2189. Wait a second, what does this mean? That's what I want to know. The 2 ID numbers are identical. In other words, the detective killed in the police department's evidence room was Bruce Goodman. What does our witness think about that? Sharp as a tack. Sharp as a tack. He was killed at 5:15 in the underground parking lot. Yet, a detective Bruce Goodman was also killed at the police department in the evidence room at the exact same time. The same person was killed at the same time and in a completely different location. Something's fishy. What I want to know is, why didn't I hear about this? Yes, it's top secret, fine, but I'm the prosecutor in charge of the case. I just like, wait a second, no need to get all flustered. The police department has made a grave error in this case. I said wait, or didn't you hear me? The oversight, the grave error, Mr. Edgeworth, they're yours. What? We informed you yesterday. I believe it was our Officer Meekins who brought you to the news. Officer Meekins, Mr. Wright, where have we heard that name before? Yeah, that's the guy that came in while we were there. Request of the chief. You don't mean him. According to Meekins, you didn't accept the report. Hard to believe. He said that report had nothing to do with the Lana Sky incident. Detective Bruce Goodman, murdered in the police department evidence room. Mr. Edgeworth, the victim's name is written right on top of the report. Why didn't your officer tell me? Honestly, I'm not sure if that officer is capable of making the connection. He did seem challenged. In any case, this is a serious error, a gross negligence of duty on your part. You could have submitted that report this morning to the court as evidence. Then She's gonna stare at us again. Awkward. No such luck this time, worthy. Or should I say unworthy? What? Now, what was the second rule of evidence law? Rule 2. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. And how is this rule relevant? Normally, you submit a list of evidence to be used in court before the trial. This report wasn't on that list. So what does this mean? I couldn't submit this evidence until a connection was proven in court. Connection was just proven by Righto over here. Stop calling me Righto. What? It seems we have come to the end of this trial. I know you're going through a tough time, Worthy, with all these rumors. You were even in the defendant's chair just this past December. I apologize for this terrible lack of due diligence on my part. Please, just give me one day. I'll get to the bottom of what happened, if it's the last thing I do. You'd better get results this time, really. You have my profound apologies. Poor Edgeworth. I don't think there's ever been an error this serious in the history of this court. I'll grant one further day as the prosecution has requested. Will that be sufficient? Whatever your punishment for this is, for your sake, I hope it's not decisive. Very well, court is adjourned. This case is getting weirder and weirder. To be continued. Oh my goodness. There's so much we need to learn about still. that being said, thank you guys for hanging out with us here at Craig Plays Games. It's been a pleasure as we continue our journey through the Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney trilogy. This is just the first game in the trilogy. With that being said, get our plugs out of the way. You are checking us out here on YouTube at Craig Plays Games. Feel free to hit that like button if you enjoyed our video. Hit the subscribe button if you want to become part of our family. And hit the notify bell to be made aware of when we post a new video. On average, we upload a new video once a day, twice on Sundays, between our exclusive YouTube playthrough series as well as our live Twitch streams. We are live over at Twitch at Craig Plays Games, and we are live over there 4 days out of the week, playing a multitude of multiplayer games such as Apex Legends and NBA 2K19 and Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Feel free to follow us over there. You'll get a notification when we go live. You come and hang out with us in the chat. Talk to us about anything gaming related, life related, pop culture related. It doesn't matter. We're there to hang out with you guys first and foremost. And then you can also find us over on Twitter at Craig Plays Games. That's where I do updates to our schedule, general commentary, and we're usually pretty interactive with our tweets over there. So if you follow us, tweet at us, we will respond to you. Next time, we will be on the 21st video as we continue through the playthrough of Episode 5. As we come to the end of the first game, which should be happening in the next handful of videos, we are going to transition away from the Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney trilogy and start diving into Wolfenstein. We are going to play through 2 different Wolfenstein games here on our channel in the lead up to the brand new game releasing on July 26th. Called Wolfenstein Youngblood, and we are going to play through that game here on our YouTube channel for you guys. With that being said, thank you so much for hanging out with us. Thanks for checking out the channel. Thanks for spending the time with us. I'm Craig, and you are always welcome to come join us here at Craig Plays Games.